Sometimes the best thing you could say is that your team won.
Why? Why is this always a heart attack? Oh man, we don't need extras. This game's over. This game's over.
Can one of you guys get a map? Please, get a map.
Phillies have been painfully underwhelming. Oh my God!
Die! They stink! Choose your fucking brain rock! It's gone!
Man, they're making baseball so hard to watch right now. Philly wins. Barely. 3-0 against the San Diego Padres. I wish I could be more happy about these wins they're getting, but it's so frustrating knowing how terrible this offense is. And that even on matchups like today, when they should have the clear and obvious advantage, they make every single moment of this game feel painful and frustrating. You want to know how I know? They managed 3 hits today off of a starter who had an 8 ERA going into today. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. Griffin Canning had pitched 5 games with the Padres. They're 4 games. He had a 9 ERA. You heard that right. In 4 starts, he had a 9 ERA on the dot. That's Taijuan Walker numbers. You should be able to tee off of him and get 4 to 6 runs. But this is the Phillies we're talking about, who can't hit, who can't have good at-bats, who swing when they need to be passive, and they just stare at pitches when they need to be aggressive. Like, it was painful watching this game. Every time they felt like they were starting to get themselves, they got a big walk, or, Schwarber and Harper got that big moment, and then boom, grounds into a double play in the 7th inning. Or they just have terrible at-bat after terrible at-bat. I'm dead serious. Stop. Take Turner out of the leadoff spot. I don't care who it is at this point. It could be Marsh, Crawford, not Garcia. It could be Marsh, Crawford, or Stott at this point who take over the leadoff spot. I don't care. Turner should be down in the 6, 7, or 8 hole. I don't care what they need to do, but they need to take Trea Turner out of the leadoff spot. I am so sick of them keep running him out there, and he goes 0 for and 0 for and 0 for and 0 for and 0 for. Dude, he is 0 for 16 now with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. And if we really, really want to get into the specifics here, he is 4 for 31. And it's embarrassing to watch. He can't hit. He can't hit. Plain and simple. Every time he goes up, he just waves at stuff. And I can't stomach it. And, this should be... Trea Turner staying in the leadoff spot should be just the evidence, the cherry on top of this shit Sunday that has been the Phillies offense, of your magnum opus to fire Kevin Long. But they won't. They never will. They will never do it. I'm going to keep saying it every day until it happens, when they can only manage 3 runs or less, because they can't score. They can't hit. They don't take good at bats. They just stare at pitches. It's embarrassing to watch. Rant over. Philly did manage to pull this out, and it's been courtesy of, guess what? The pitcher. Like usual. The pitching has been the only reason Philly has not gone on this horrific skid right now. This has been the issue right now, is why it's been frustrating me so much watching Philly. They are being heavily carried by their top-end talent, bailing them out right now. Marsh, who has been a big piece of depth, one of the only depth pieces who is playing competently, hit a 2-run bomb in the 7th off of Canning to end his day, essentially. Schwarber got the leadoff bomb in the 1st inning, and nothing happened besides that. Luzardo, I thought he was going to be screwed today. He somehow battled back after throwing 25 pitches in the 1st inning and somehow not giving up a run despite loading the bases. And, of course, you had the fucking error. Dude, I'm going to explode if they keep Turner in the leadoff spot and at shortstop. He doesn't do either of those things competently, so he should be taken out of both. He should be playing second base. Stott should be at short. But we'll never have that conversation. I'm just frustrated, and it's really frustrating to watch this team play. But they're doing their job just barely. Luzardo has had himself a nice little bounce back. 5 of his last 6 outings since basically Phillies started having this turnaround have been quality starts. He diced up the Giants. He had a good outing against the Fish. He got slapped around by the Rockies, but we'll let that slide. He had a clean, beautiful outing against Boston. I know he took the loss, but he pitched his ass off against the Reds. And then today, he battled through so many command issues, getting guys on base early, and he just battled through it for once. He actually pitched good out of the stretch, and I got to give him a lot of credit because he put a lot of guys on today, but he got through it. It was the best outing, truthfully. It was the best outing I've seen from Luzardo. Every time he got himself in a jam, he was able to pitch himself out of it, and that is what I've been asking for from him. When you get yourself in trouble, you find a way to pitch through it. You find a way to get pitches across the plate you believe in your nasty stuff, and you get things rolling. Now, luckily, the one good thing I can say is Philly didn't play games with how bad their offense is. They trusted their 3 best guys, Orion Kerkerig, Brad Keller, and Johan Duran, to get the job done. They all have great whip. They're pitching their tails off. Brad does stress me out a lot, don't get it twisted, but he's easily the 3rd best guy they have in this pen when his stuff is working. It's better than Sugar and it's better than Mesa. There's just no getting around it at this point. So I'm glad Philly was able to find a way, and they won this game. So no one else deserves an honorable mention today because the offense was so bad. There's only 3 stars I'm giving out to. First star, Brandon Marsh had himself a clutch homer, and honestly, if the Padres had scored a run, he would have leapfrogged the next guy, but he still had a clutch home run, and that's all that matters. One of the only depth pieces for Philly who's actually pulling their weight, and then some. He's been incredible this year. The second star is Kyle Schwarber. He's been like one of 2 rays of sunshine on this offense that's been just historically so inept. He's hitting his tail off. I mean, I don't think he's going to be put in MVP discussions, but there's always a chance if he keeps hitting the way he does. He has 21 homers through May. It's unbelievable what he's doing right now. And June is his favorite month, so he could go on a tear, and that could be the thing that Philly needs to get this limp and lifeless offense going. And the last star is Philly's entire pitching staff, and there's no getting around it. Philly's pitching was the sole reason they won this game today. Luzardo went 6 and struck out 6. Kerkerig stepped up and had a clean 7th and didn't put anyone on. Keller, while he did have that leadoff walk, was able to battle through his command again. It's never easy with Brad Keller, but one thing I can say is he can give you the outs when you need it the most, even if it does stress you out every single time he is on the mound. And Duran picked up his 100th save, so I want to give a shout out to that. He picked up his 100th save. That was such a great thing to see. It was one of the few bright spots for, again, what has been kind of a really frustrating Phillies season. But, hey, that's a great start to a road trip that they desperately needed to prove themselves something after losing a very frustrating series at home to Cleveland, in which the run differential was 4-4. They needed this game. Now, I guarantee you they're losing tomorrow with Nola on the mound. Come back and call me an idiot if I'm wrong and Nola goes out and dices. But I guarantee you he will give up over 5 hits. He will give up over 4 runs. He will maybe make it 5 innings. And it will be the same frustrating crap we always talk about with Nola. And it's really frustrating because, again, the other 4 pitchers have been doing their job. Luzardo and Painter are finally starting to turn a corner and give you some good outings. Wheeler and Sanchez, we know how nasty they are. They are both Cy Young guys right now. That should tell you something. They are both Cy Young guys. Sanchez genuinely could win the Cy Young this year with this stretch he's going on. It's one of the best stretches of pitching I've ever seen in my 24 years of life. He's incredible. And again, Luzardo and Painter are starting to finally pick it up. Luzardo has looked great through this entire month. He had his one lump against the Rockies, but save for that, he's been unbelievable. He's picked Philly up in a big way. So that'll do it. Phillies win. They made it really freaking hard and painful as hell, but they pick up a big win. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed some hot dogs and burgers, spent time with their family, and watched some baseball. So, if you enjoyed the content, please keep watching here. Leave support by dropping a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell, all that stuff, because me and Jack always appreciate the love and support. So, I'll be heading back probably next week. So, I'll probably do a few videos here and then be back. So, take care. Love you all here at Philly Menaces. I need to go to bed. Peace.